In the immediate build-up to the War of the Roses, Lancastrian King Henry VI was recovering from mental health issues, and Richard of York ruled for him as Lord Protector. But when Henry returned, Richard didn't want to relinquish power. In May 1455, Richard marched south with an army of 7,000, which was intercepted at St Albans by the King's Lancastrian army of 2,000. Richard's forces attacked with little impact, but his ally, the Earl of Warwick, attacked another group who were not expecting to fight yet, and captured the king. Soon after, Parliament made Richard Lord Protector, but he was not crowned. In 1460, at the Battle of Wakefield, Richard was killed and his son Edward inherited his claim to the throne. The following year, the Battle of Towton took place. Around 50,000 soldiers fought for 10 hours, resulting in the loss of approximately 10,000 soldiers, and a decisive victory for Edward. Henry fled the country and Edward was crowned Edward IV, the first Yorkist king. In 1470, Edward was deposed and Henry reinstated his king, but Edward won back the throne the following year. The Battle of Tewkesbury was the most decisive battle of the era, as many Lancastrian nobles were killed, including Henry's son. Henry himself died shortly after the battle, and a period of peace followed, until 1483, when Edward died and left the throne to his son Edward V, known today as one of the princes in the Tower. Edward was 12 at the time, and so his uncle Richard, the Duke of York, ruled for him as Lord Protector. Within 2 months of his father's death, Edward was declared an illegitimate king, and his uncle was crowned Richard III. Edward and his brother were seen less and less, and by the end of the year they had disappeared completely. The Wars of the Roses ended 2 years later when an army led by Henry Tudor, descendant of the first Duke of Lancaster, defeated Richard at the Battle of Bosworth Field, where Richard was killed. Henry was crowned Henry VII, the last English king to win the throne on the battlefield. In January of the following year, he married Elizabeth of York, older sister of the missing princes, uniting the two houses.